Quickly moving to the next session, which is our last session for the day, and it'll talk about the water and effluent management industry, which is again very, very health sensitive, safety sensitive, sanitation, health being the most critical issues for every person on the planet. To lead that conversation, I'll request my colleague Rohit to come and moderate the panel. Rohit, where are you? I can't see you. My panelists for this session include Mr. Sunil Ranjan, Chief Executive Officer of W.O.G Group. Sunil, do I have you in the room? Mr. Pritam Pal, MD of Jove and Klar Engineering. Mr. Vinay Jain, Director, Amarwood Industries. Mr. Samir Sharma, AVP Kalpatru Projects. And Mr. Neeraj Sharma from KPMG.
No, not from KPMG.
Sorry. I'll hand over to Rohit.
So, yeah, Mr. Sharma, please. So I'll request everyone to come on dais. So good evening, everyone. First, good evening to the fellow panelists. And it is the last panel session for today before the award ceremony. And I believe we are running a little late because the earlier panel sessions taking a little time forward. So straight away we'll go into the business now, where we are going to discuss on water-related industry, where the storage of water, the distribution of water, the filtration of water, and even the wastewater management. Water is one of the most crucial element of life, and without water we cannot even imagine ourselves sitting here. Our body is also water. So we do so much of process. We have to filter water. There are no clean water available in our system. Then we again make it dirty and send it back to our system. And this is an irreversible cycle happening. So material becomes also important when there is issues of corrosion involved, issues of maintenance involved, issues of safety and purity involved. So to start this discussion, first I would like to I'll go from the right only. So your initial comments on this industry, and how do you see it going forward?
Yeah, like water and...
Yeah, I think.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
This one.
This one, you press this one.
Can you hear me?
Once more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Hi. I think everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
So what I say, water and stainless steel are very integral part. Like water, I am from the EPC company, and we are also highest consumer of stainless steel and other steel products. Like we are doing 50 projects on Jal Jeevan mission. And we are the highest consumer of the steel, the ductile iron pipe and stainless steel pipe. And right from the water source, we purify the water, we filter the water, and we store the water. We always require the high grade of stainless steel, and with the more advanced material for the pump, because for having the more service life of the pump, we need better grade of stainless steel. Now all the government departments or ULB has moved to higher grade pumps, like everybody wants their impeller with stainless steel 2205. And also they are like ULBs are demanding more advanced material for the storage of the water, like we can say coated stainless steel, so that their life of the products or total complete service life of the product can be increased, and they can save on the capex investment, because all water supply schemes are very capital intensive, and they need thousands of crores rupees to complete a water supply scheme, and there are also recurring costs on the O&M part also. So if we switch to high grade stainless steel or more advanced stainless steel, we save on the recurring cost. Like we maybe now their service life of 15 years. So we can increase to 25 years or 30 years. And we also save on the O&M part of the also. We don't have to replace the pipes or replace the, we can say, storage tanks very frequently. So stainless steel and water industry are very together, and we are also delighted by the achievements what happening in the stainless steel industry as of now. We are getting more superior grade steels with higher life, and it is benefiting definitely water industry.
Thank you.
Then, yeah.
Uh, Thank you, sir. You very rightly said that water and stainless steel are wedded together. But you also understand that water is sometimes very unforgiving. And if the water is not pure, more chlorides are there or more such elements are there, it can also corrode stainless steel. So good quality stainless steel, better grade of stainless steel definitely would improve the life. And that is correct. Now, Vinayji, I know you for a long, and you have been associated with water industry for many years. You are the very right person to actually put forward the thought on why stainless steel for water tanks, because I also know that you also had that plastic water tanks in your kitty, but you only started stainless steel water tank. What was the thought behind that?
I'm from Nova SS Tank. We have a caption. It says, "Good health is priceless." So you cannot compromise on health. And we were into plastic tank manufacturing since almost 40 years. And day in, day out, when we used to manufacture tanks and across dealers and end customers, we used to have a lot of customer feedback that it's difficult to clean, difficult to maintain. It's a petrochemical product. Exposed to sun in the May weather, it leaches, no matter how good a food grade material it is. So that's when we had visited China, and each and every house in China had a stainless steel tank. And even a farmer's house in China had a solar water heater and a stainless steel tank. That's when we thought, why can't we introduce this concept in India? As we worked on it, the economics came, and initially the costing was quite high. So we went through the costing and we thought, if we can give a stainless steel tank which is 2 to 3 times the cost of Syntex, not more than that, we'll be able to sell well. And that's how we launched the stainless steel tanks with complete in-house machinery, including the dish ends. And at a very, very economical price. I'm very happy to tell you that we have been very successful and making close to 1,500 tanks a month in the peak summers. And with the best technology and 100% indigenously made, with all basic fabrications taken care of. So,
yeah, thank you. Thank you, Vinayji. Now, my next question is to Mr. Pritam Pal. Sir, tell me, we were talking just right about the storage of water in the water tank, overhead storage water tanks, which we use it in our home or for any other application. Now, filtration is also a very important part of the water. So, what are your views on stainless steel and filtration going together?
Good evening, everybody. We are in this business for the last 25 years, running a company called Jove and Klar Engineering. And 25 years back, there's a very interesting thing I want to share with you. We were manufacturing multi-port valves that was made in brass. So when we were selling it, one customer from South, from Chennai, he said, the valve is very good, but we are putting it on an FRP vessel. That time Structural India was there, which is now known as Pentair. So it was a challenge for us, and we were the first company who introduced pressure vessels in stainless steel. So then that day onward, I started working on that. And then we developed all the models which were equivalent to FRP, like smaller size, right from 6 inches dia till 40 inches dia. So right now we are presently, catering to the potable water industry. And in the ambit of BIS, stainless steel is primarily used because it is not only food grade, it is hygienic also. So right now the market is very huge. And most of the people are converting, even in the processing industry I'm talking, apart from storage. Because that is more important, how the water is being treated. So right now even the government is focusing. We have supplied to Karnataka government and Assam government and UP government also. So right now the market is very big, and the potable water is now being shifted to stainless steel. But at the same time, there are a lot of challenges we are facing in stainless steel, because primarily it is a TDS, because the TDS is uneven at different places. Like in Delhi, there is a TDS of 1,000. You go to Dwarka, TDS is 8,000. So there, the stainless steel is not compatible as of now. And second problem we are facing, I want to discuss with you since I am here. The BIS is not recommending any other steel except 304 and 316. So inherently, because any process industry, if we go and advocate that you must go for duplex steel or a super duplex, they simply say no. If you go and investing, first of all, you have to spend more, and then there is no government certification, because unless if you have to run an industry on a commercial basis, you have to take all the licenses. So the first thing they will ask, what is the MOC you have used? So if we are writing it is super duplex, they will simply say no. So a lot of things, Jindal is doing a great job in educating steel and promoting in such a level. But at the same time, I would request this panel and through this forum, the government should also incorporate, the changes, because right now, 90% of our requirement is from the groundwater. There is no surface water available. So, and since we are going down and down, because we are extracting more water than we are replenishing, so the water table is going down, and so is the TDS. The downer you go, the TDS will go up. So right now, these grades are not doing very well because of the inherent problem. And potable water industry is primarily being shifted to stainless steel.
That's good to hear this, sir. Actually, you very rightly touched that the material part of it, 301, 304 and 316L is the workhorse of austenitic stainless steel industry, used quite widely in water industry. But yes, at times when you have very high levels of TDS or chloride, you have to even look forward to some duplex stainless steel. And I'm very happy to share one thing with you is that we are lacking in the process of standardization. We are still not very far ahead of anything, but there was a very recent, I'm in that committee, there was a standard for overhead water tank is being made, and 2205 duplex stainless steel has been included into this, considering this fact, exactly the fact which you are trying to mention. So going forward, yes, we should all work together to see that even other grades are also, higher grades are also included in such scheme of things. Now, my next question.
Just one point I want to add here, because since we are facing the much bigger problem, we are doing lot of Jal Jeevan Mission project, and we have to install almost, we can say we are installing almost 20,000 elevated service reservoir across Indian state, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, and the period of construction of putting an elevated service reservoir is around 1.5 to 2 months. So this is causing lot of project delays in the scheme and scheme delays. So if the stainless steel manufacturer come with some prefabricated tanks with bolted tanks, so that construction time can be reduced to a week, that will very helpful in speed up the project and installation, because that is the main problem in our project installation, the speed of the installing the elevated service reservoir tanks.
Thank you for making that point, sir. Now to Mr. Sharma, to my rightmost, see, he has almost 37 years of experience in various fields, infrastructure projects, but today we are interested in his side of experience in water and water management industry. Sir, your initial thought on the progress of this industry and how we are moving forward.
Good evening, everyone. I have been associated with water, wastewater, power generation, bridges, marine construction, everything. And what I have seen is that the corrosion, which has been already covered at detail by the previous panels, is a major spoiler. It spoils the game, it enhances the costs, and it comes at a cost of negligence, sort of. Because if we are not able to select the right material for the right kind of a job, we fail somewhere, because then we have to redo, reconstruct, and it is a repair, and all those wastage, they occur. So if we are able to select the material properly, if we are able to understand the process and design, because for example, a very small difference in the flow rates can lead to a huge corrosion in the water pipelines. For example, the clear water or the drinking water, if the speed is less than 0.5 meters per second, it gives rise to corrosion. Similarly, in the wastewater field, if the speed is less than 1 meter per second, then corrosion is definitely to start, and all the what you call those investments goes a waste. So the right selection of material, the right manpower to execute it, and the right kind of a supervision during the implementation stage is most vital, and that is one aspect which we have to build in through a field quality plan, which has to be implemented at with all seriousness at all levels.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So now I'll switch some random questions, and to Vinay, my next question is, Vinay ji, water tank, as you have been saying, that is picking up very fast, and how much acceptance is with the people? How do you promote it? We all do, but what is, as a company, how do you promote it to people that it is safe for to store water in a safe manner? Please enlighten. Yeah.
Just to add to the point of stagnation, we had a similar issue of water stagnation and some rust coming up. So most important thing that I feel we should tell the customers is educate, educate, educate. For every tank that we sell, we have a sticker on which we mention what are the do's and don'ts of the tank. That is the most important thing to ensure your reputation is intact, and also we should not assume that the customer does not know anything. It is up to us how we educate them, and that is also the success mantra. For our stainless steel tanks, the way we promote is, we say that at least for your drinking water, you should not compromise and you should go for stainless steel immediately. And maybe for your utility, you can still look for plastic, which is not directly affecting your health. But the first motivation we tell the customers is, at least your drinking water, you should not compromise. Your corporation water should be directly pumped into a stainless steel water tank only. That is something which you should not compromise. We incentivize them by giving a good delivery end customer. Sometimes we also end-to-end plumbing fitting also we try to do, so that it is a hassle-free arrangement for them. To encourage stainless steel tank across India, we tie up with a lot of railway freight managers. For example, from Hyderabad to Guwahati, I sent a stainless steel tank, 1,000 liter in 3 days. That is the kind of network we are trying to establish, so that the end customer should be very easily able to accept that the steel tank is a reality, and I can definitely install in my house without a problem. And most of the installations we give them standard videos how to install, and that mental block from his mind is removed, that this is just like any plastic tank. This also can be installed and easy to maintain and easy to clean, most important.
Yeah, thank you, Vinay ji. To Mr. Pritam, sir, when you recommend stainless steel to be used for your application in your business, how do you convince about the life cycle costing, or what parameter you fix? Is it the hygiene part or the life cycle costing? What is that thing which makes you sell this product? Because anyway, initial cost compared to, because we are competing with plastics. And if it would have been a metal to metal comparison, still the cost is little, not far away. But with plastics, cost comes into picture. So how do you convince people to use stainless steel? Is it the life cycle costing which you recommend?
It's a very good question, because the cost difference is huge. Say, I take example of FRP vessel to a stainless steel vessel. There's a difference of 4 to 5 times. So initially it was very difficult, but nowadays, it is hygiene is a very important factor, which is now coming into play. And most of the people, they understand now. Earlier, it was very difficult to convince them. Right now, they have a ability to also to buy, and at the same time, they are very conscious. And the third is again, somewhere, we keep them, we tell in their mind that you are buying a green product. You are not buying a plastic product. So you are saving the environment, you are safeguarding your health. So at that point, most of the people, they get converted. Generally in household softeners also, people are now going for stainless steel vessels, which were predominantly, FRP vessels. And at the same time, your food industry, so they have to go for, as per the new BAS norms, everywhere it has been shifted to stainless steel. So right now, the marketing is much easier. Earlier, it used to be a very difficult task for us to convince them. But right now, people are updated and they are opting for, purity and hygiene.
Yeah, thank you. Now to question to you, sir. Regarding the fabrication part of it and ease of fabrication or the issues of fabrication or any other issues with respect to availability of the material, is there any issue with stainless steel which you would like to highlight with respect to the industry, water industry?
The issue the earlier panel has highlighted the education. Education of the, even we are working as a contractors. Even when we sublet a job to a vendor, the vendor might not be educated that which kind of road has to be used or which welding procedure has to be used. Like previous panel, they informed that you have to use one higher grade material for the welding of the material. So that education is very important, and even the manufacturer like Jindal Stainless Steel and everybody should educate their customers that what right kind of fabrication or how to fabricate. They should arrange a training program in that one, maybe to the vendors or to the last stage, the worker who is actually working on the job. If we train them beautifully, like they can do a good job. I was in the Middle East also for some time, and there is always difference in fabrication, quality of fabrication between Middle East and India. So it is not that the same people, we are the same workers who are working there also in India also. So that kind of training or the kind of quality control that is applied outside India is altogether different. So we should apply the strict quality control in-house also, and should get the worker trained to get the better quality. And quality is always, it's not cost, it's cost saving, because it is improving your, I can say, life cycle of the product is improved, maybe by 4 or 5 years easily.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Let me assure you that from our association, ISSDA, Indian Stainless Steel Development Association, we have been doing lots of fabrication training program. At times, since our country is so vast and so large, we are not able to reach out to all the sections of the industry quite regularly. But we have been trying our best to train people on fabrication aspects. Our partners, Nickel Institute, with us and other members, we have been doing massive exercise on training. But yes, it is endless. We keep on training people, because especially in water industry, if you have a bad quality welding, that is the potential site for corrosion. It can be pitting corrosion, weld-related corrosion. And once there is a corrosion, then, in that process to make it better or refurbish it, it is very painful in that industry. Suppose there is a water tank in a house and there is a pinhole happening there and water is coming out. A common man has no resources to understand that whether it is a steel or a stainless steel, how different it is from welding. Different welding applications has to be applied. So very rightly said, sir, education. Let's keep on educating. Stainless steel is the best material for water industry. Yeah.
I just want to add one more point, since we have gathered here. Another risk which I faced in my EPC contracting is the counterfeit steel from China. Yeah. See, we are doing projects in Mongolia, and we have ordered one steel fabrication to Chinese company. Everything we got, all quality material, everything, all paperwork was okay. And when the steel come to the site, was tested also, it was giving right color. But the steel was counterfeit.
Okay.
So that kind of problem also, that risk we have to mitigate. I don't know how to mitigate that risk because I am not still able to find the solution of that, how to detect counterfeit steels.
The reason why, sir, now I think Ministry of Steel people are sitting here. They have put up quality control orders in our country, and according to quality control order, Indian standards becomes mandatory and sacrosanct. So you have to bring material as per Indian standard. But anyway, these things occur quite regularly. Now my question to Mr. Sharma, who is listening very patiently to us, sir, regarding effluent treatment, even the wastewater treatment. See, there even the corrosion issues are even severe because you have to run a large system, a plant. So stainless steel can play a very important role, but as far as my knowledge goes, not much of stainless steel is still being used there. So what are your suggestions? How we should take the message forward for this stainless steel? Yeah, please provide it.
Well, there is an what you call inhibition because of the initial procurement of steel. And then again, as rightly said by so many of my predecessors, the skilled manpower to do the fabrication is not there. Like for example, I'll just cite a simple thing for you. If a welding is done on stainless steel, it has to be tempered or quenched. Otherwise, that film will form on it and it will start corroding from there. So this basic aspect is not known to most of us. And we do not have metallurgical engineers, supervising the welding activities at site. So as Pawanji has rightly said, the education part and making the processes finalized before the execution is most essential, because without that you just cannot ensure quality, and once your product has developed a snag, you have to discard it. And mind you, with stainless steel, the initial cost being so high, the replacement cost, increases the life cycle cost of the project like anything, and it puts everything haywire, topsy-turvy, and that is one thing which has to be avoided. So for that, while doing the life cycle cost, before doing that itself, when you are totally aware of the processes and the requirement of the process, and based upon the process requirements, you select the materials. And you find the resources that can handle that material, or rather manufacture that material first. Then those that can handle those materials, and the supervisors who can really get what is desired to be done. I think we can break the thing there, because hydrogen sulfide is the biggest challenge in the wastewater treatment.
Absolutely, sir.
Sludge is another huge challenge, but these do not affect stainless steel per se. The only thing that affects it's the poor workability, the poor workmanship, and poor estimation of the flow rates, poor maintenance, because if you are allowing it to stagnate, if you are allowing it to dry, the wet sludge does not affect your steel containers. The moment it starts drying, the moment the water issue starts decreasing, the steel starts corroding and your process goes for a 6.
Yeah, right.
I hope I have answered.
Yes, absolutely, sir. Actually, that is the expert advice which we have received. We all has to, at least from the producer, those who make equipments in stainless steel, we also do realize that better fabrication. Stainless steel mostly remains okay, but most of the problem area is where the further processing and some of the issues which has not been taken forward. Even cleaning, as you said, stainless steel, we always say stainless steel, it is not stain-free. So there is certain process of cleaning also is required, certain agents which should not be used on stainless steel surface also is required. And if the design incorporates self-cleaning activities, it is better, those designs are better, especially in water tank, you make, conical shapes in the bottom, put in a stand so that even if the water is, there is no stagnation, water is accumulating anywhere. And so, I think we are reaching to time limits of our session, but still, I would like to have some final comments from you, sir. Any suggestions to the industry now?
We are thinking, we are always discussing of ESG, environmental sustainability and all steel plant, they are facing severe water drought or water requirement or water scarcity is there. So we should always try to make our steel plants consume lesser water, going towards zero liquid discharge or discharge from the steel plant should be minimum. So because the water source always scarcity, and I've seen many plants in Africa and South Africa has been closed due to non-availability of the water. Since in India, we don't have much scarcity, or they are like we can say major of the region where steel plants are there, they do not face water problem. But water will definitely it will finish soon. There is always scarcity of fresh water. So we should work towards making the stainless steel plant consuming less water and environmental sustainable, and we should move towards zero liquid discharge, and we can say air pollution is a different thing, but water pollution is also major thing. We should install effluent treatment plant and then move towards the zero liquid discharge. So that is my advice to the steel plant manufacturers.
Yeah, so in fact, by doing that, they will be putting more stainless steel into the business. Now, Vinayji, how do you see your final comments on how do you see water tank industry growing in India, or anything you'd like to add?
The future is very, very, very bright, sir. There is no doubt about it. One feedback I have after this session with Jindal and all the big names, and ISSDA also, if we can have a resource management kind of setup where, say, I run an industry, from small scale I become medium scale or large scale, I'm not able to get the right kind of manpower. Forget the attitude, manpower ही नहीं मिलता है. Especially mild steel and stainless steel are totally different things. So there has to be a resource pool, and we should be able to get stainless steel specific knowledge workers so that we can grow. That is the one thing that I would like to highlight, and if something can be done in this regard to have more resources, skilled welders, skilled technicians, especially having good knowledge of stainless steel, that will really help industries zoom. Thank you.
To Pritam ji, what is your final comments?
No, my final comment is the market is growing, and it is very huge market. But my request to the steel industry, because we are being manufacturer, the prices should be stable, because we see up and down prices. Last year, the prices went through the roof, So that's a very big factor, and it's a negative factor, I must say, because as it is very difficult to convert people from plastic to stainless steel. So that is one thing I would request through ISSDA also, that in order to make it more popular, we have to bring down the prices, at least on the international level, because the same China is selling, at a much cheaper price. So
so your suggestion is to industry is to become more competitive.
Yeah, because
once they are competitive, stainless steel
once
will grow.
We get raw material at a lesser price, then more and more it will be easier to sell, and more people will join this race,
Thank you. Sir, your final suggestion to the industry, you have such a long experience in this industry.
So just a small suggestion.
Yeah.
As rightly said by Vinayji, as rightly said by Pavanji, there should be a capacity building initiative taken by the steel manufacturers and the steel development agency, ISSDA, so that the availability of trained manpower is not a constraint for any enterprise to grow. Second is standardize the things, standardize the trainings. Third one is do a recommendation of different flanges for different steels. Because what happens is, if I am using an inferior material as a flange, then I am inviting corrosion. So proper standardization and proper what you call the how do you say it? Dissemination of the knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge centers, knowledge sharing with the manufacturers, knowledge sharing with the students. That should happen, and for that some initiative has to come from the industry itself, because otherwise we are when he says that though he is willing to work more, he is constrained by the huge price differential between the steel prices in India and abroad. So that way we are not able to sustain our own markets. We should, when we are looking at reliability, when we are looking at the sustainability of the businesses, we have to ensure that the prices are stable.
Yeah, correct.
So I think this is a small suggestion, that's all.
Well taken, sir. To summarize this debate so far, see, we all agree that stainless steel is one of the best choice for, there is no, I think, argument here that stainless steel is one of the best choice for water application. Some suggestions have come that standardization, the process, knowledge of dissemination of knowledge is almost at the level where we should speed it up. We must do more, including some suggestions that standardization should include even the higher grade, because even the further bad quality water we are encountering in the system. Sir, we are very happy that we have such an enlightened panel and such nice conversation we could have so freely, you know. Even the criticism is well accepted on the part of the industry for the price fluctuations. So, oh, yes, just last point, please, yeah.
Actually, just to increase the consumption of the stainless steel, what is happening in the government tenders now, if you see, the specifications are very poor. They are built on 40 years back. They are specifying MS grade and other poor grade. And while going through the government competitive tender, the contractor will quote as per the specification. So he will provide, he is forced to provide a poor material, because otherwise he will lose the job. So steel industry also should work on improving the specification in the water supply or wastewater supply schemes, which is being implemented by central government or government agencies. So that is my suggestion.
So yeah, please.
That is exactly why I said knowledge dissemination is important. Because unless you inform the people that are responsible for implementation, your material acceptance is not there.
Yeah,
the
correct.
materials cannot come into the specifications. If they cannot come into the specifications, they cannot come into the practice.
Absolutely, sir. So, very well said, sir. We take this your advice, and you have given us some responsibility through this discussion that we should work hard toward, making those specifications include better material. So, with this, I think we had a wonderful discussion here. Now, I think in audience, if you want to ask any questions to any of our panelists, you are most welcome. Anyone? Yes, gentlemen. Can you someone give him a mic? Please, little quick, huh?
Hello.
Yes.
So my question is, we were discussing about the hygiene related concerns at our home with respect to drinking water. So do we have any example where the municipality or the water, the drinking water supply agencies or the concerned authorities are sending the water through stainless steel piping? Do we have any such example? Because I haven't.
No, if you would like to answer, I can, otherwise.
Till now, they are not using stainless steel at all.
Yeah, because what my understanding is, if there is an iron pickup or any contaminant pickup from their piping, then we at our home won't be able to remove it. So
I would like to add to it. Stainless steel, there is a concept that the leaching of nickel occurs in it, and because of which people are averse to using it in pipe networks. But mind you, it starts in the initial stages only, and within the first flushing, it goes off. And it is the concentration levels of the nickel in water are well within the permissible thing. The only thing that is preventing the utilities from using stainless steel water, the pipelines, is the initial exorbitant cost differential which is there between the carbon steel and the PSC or the ductile iron. Because stainless steel affords you the best speed, and it is fit for food grade kind of application, and it is the ideal material for conveyance of drinking water. However, there is a problem with the chlorine content in that. If the chlorine content is more than 0.2 ppm, I hope I am correct with that.
More than maybe 50 to 100 ppm.
No, it is, when it is more than 50 to 100, it is definite for corrosion. But human cannot take more than 0.2 ppm. So there is the thing. And besides, in our country, we have, most of the cities do not boast of a 24/7 power supply. Most of the supplies in our system are intermittent, and due to that reason, there would be stagnation of water in the pipelines, and which is not advisable. So once we are able to migrate from the intermittent to the constant 24/7, then I think that can be attempted. Plus, the stainless steel costs has to come to the affordable levels of the public utilities.
yeah, I am also in agreement that stainless steel is a preferred choice. But my concern was changing at the receiver end, keeping the supply end same from metallurgy perspective won't help us totally, because as you said, the chloride pickup, the iron pickup will be anyhow there from the line which is coming from municipality. And we won't be able to do anything at their end. So this metallurgy change should be taken up on a holistic basis in future. Even the supply pipeline should be converted to stainless steel.
Yes, I think
just want to add a point here, because it's the latest development what is happening. From the reservoir, when you get the water, it comes through the large diameter transmission main. And large diameter transmission main are generally ductile iron, and there are cement line inside. So that cement line will protect you from the water contact with the metal. And then afterwards, when it comes to elevated service reservoir, and then it is you get a distribution. Now all these schemes are implemented with plastic pipe, HDPE pipe. So anyway, steel is going out in the distribution network already. So that's not a problem in coming future as of now.
Yeah, just since we are getting late, just 30 seconds to add you. See, cities like Japan, Taiwan, the countries like Seoul, city like Seoul, they have all gone for 100% stainless steel water service pipelines. And not only the purity of water, which has like 24/7 supply, but also they have been able to reduce the leakages. The supply is not 24/7 because there is enough leakage in our system. In Delhi, 40% of the water is leaked because the leakage is coming from joints or from the parent pipe itself. And the reason why you get even a dirtier water at your home, because it sucks the dirt inside. So in those cities, the leakages has reduced. There is data available with World Stainless. If you Google it, stainless steel in water pipeline and World Stainless. So and Nickel Institute or any such organization, you will have enough data available how other countries have been able to reduce the leakages up to 1% to 2% only with just by changing to the stainless steel pipe. Cost is there, yes. So, but since there is a paucity of time, now I'll request that any question can be taken when our panelists are there with you. So, sir, thank you very much, everyone. Please give a big round of applause to the panelists.